As some of you gathered, is a combined event by the Young Event Professionals and the Wedding Association in Manhattan. YEP has some terrific events coming up, and it's my hope and fear that you'll come back to the next YEP events. Coming up in March is our Future of the Industry panel led by Michael Ventura. We have some very interesting, serious people that are giving the event industry some thought, so that's the next one. In April, we're doing our first ever floral showcase organized by Gustavo, right there, and Day of Flowers by Day. Right here, okay. It's going to be our first ever floral showcase. Hopefully you'll be there. In June, we're doing our event on the boat, organized by Kate, back in the or something. Our first event on the lobster boat, actually, is coming up in June. And then in July will be our 4th annual Performing Arts Showcase, which I will organize. That features about 50 people. So I was wandering around the internet today, and I found a list of phobias. Does everybody know what a phobia is? What's the name of the phobia that's the fear of cramped spaces? What's that called? Claustrophobia. What's the fear of heights? Acrophobia? Okay, good. Fear of spiders. Okay, that's a movie. Fear of foreigners. So here's the question. What is the phobia called anthophobia? Has anybody ever heard the phrase anthophobia? Well, no. I mean, there should be that one. So I found all these interesting phobias. So that was one. And I know you're waiting for me to tell you what that was. The other one I found was allodoxophobia. Allodoxophobia. And also phrenolophobia. All these new phobias. So the way this ties up is anthophobia is a legitimate phobia. It's like a diagnosed disease, and it's the fear of flowers. So that April event is perfect if you're suffering from anthophobia. The phrenolophobia is the fear of thinking. The daxophobia is the fear of ideas. So if you're suffering from that phobia, you should come to a March event because there'll be a lot of ideas floating around and you can tackle your phobia. The fear of water is what? Name for water? Aquaphobia. So if you're suffering from that phobia, then I learned that there's two phobias from music. There's acoustophobia, which is the fear of sound, and then mellophobia, which is the fear of music. These are all diagnosed things. It was reassuring to realize how many more nuts people there are in the world than us. So it's reassuring that way. But this spring, we didn't really think about this, but you have a way of dealing with all your phobias by coming one at a time to the next number of YEP events coming up soon. So I wanted to do this panel page a little different. I guess I'm going to talk soon. Some people complain about, or it's an observation that at these things there's always a panel, and then at the end there's a Q&A. And the Q&A always strikes me as, it's 3 o'clock on Friday and the school bell has rung. And most people are sitting there thinking, don't ask another question. If you ask another question, I will kill you. And I'm talking about like at the end, like a Q&A thing, people are saying, don't ask. So today what we're going to do is we're going to break that up. There's going to be Q&A sprinkled throughout the more formal questions that we're going to ask these guys today. So I wanted to start with this exercise. Bear with me. And everybody to stand up, not you guys. Everybody else. Can you guys all stand up? It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It's okay. You're not going to touch each other. It's okay. So what I want you guys to do while you're standing up is to think of an interesting question you can ask your wedding planner. And once you have that question in your mind, you can sit down. We're going to go and start the panel while you're standing and thinking. But again, as soon as you have that question in your mind, go ahead and sit down and take your time. Okay? Okay? So I'd like each panelist to introduce yourselves, tell me about you. I mean, well, they're getting some